Friday night, but I mean it's already Saturday because right now it's like 2 o'clock or something. But today we're gonna talk about Netflix recommendations, or just movies that I've been loving, movies and shows and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm not really gonna like screen record or anything. I feel like I don't know. I don't want to like put that in the screen, so maybe I'll just like show you on my iPad like what the picture looks like, you know. So let's get started. So I'm gonna do I don't even know if I have categories. I kind of do, so I'll do scary or like horror movies first, or thriller, stuff like that, and then I'll do dramas, and then romantic comedy and stuff. Okay, so let's do horror because that's my favorite. I love horror movies, horror TV shows. You know, if you want to get all technical, maybe it's not really horror, it's, you know, suspenseful, psychological thrillers, stuff like that. But to me, I just call it all horror, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna start with TV show. Okay, so again, maybe some of you guys already like heard of these, but a lot of these were trending on Netflix, trending on Netflix. So maybe you guys have already seen them, but if not, then definitely check them out. So the first one is The Haunting of Hill House. The Haunting of Hill House. Okay. So, this is a TV show, and it is, I think, like 10 episodes long, and the episodes are pretty long themselves. They're like 50 minutes to an hour, maybe. So they're pretty long, but it's really cool. It's a really cool story. You know, obviously it's about haunting of the house, right? So your typical haunted house stuff, right? But I really liked how it was filmed and put together, because they do a lot of back and forth, a lot of present day, and then they go to the past a lot, and they switch it up a lot of times, I'm telling you guys. So at first you might get a little confused. You're just like, okay, is this present? Is this like in the past? I'm confused, you know? But you can think of it after a while. So I think it was a really interesting touch to the movie or show. So yeah, honestly, I don't know what else to say about it. It's not that scary. It has some pop-up scares, but it's not really I don't really think it's that scary, you know, compared to other things. So I would say like pretty much anybody can watch it. Like, I think, I don't know, I don't want you guys to get mad if it's like too scary for you, but yeah. Okay, so definitely watch that one. And speaking of that one, I'm actually watching The Haunting of Bly Manor. I'm literally like watching it right now. I was watching it before I started filming, and it's kind of like, it's not like a season 2 or anything of the first one. It's a totally separate story, but they do use the same actors, so it's pretty interesting to see the same people play different roles and, you know, use different accents and all that stuff. It's really, really cool. So this one is a little more slow. I'm already on the 4th episode, and I feel like not that much has happened, and it's not really too scary. There's some pop-ups here and there, but I'm waiting for it to get good, so I'll let you guys know if I like it. So I almost forgot, I really wanted to tap on my remote. I finally got a TV, and I feel like this makes really nice sounds, so I'm gonna be tapping on this. Okay, honestly, it was all just experimental. But it's kind of like they give you a little bit of a taste of that stuff in this show, so it's interesting and very gory. So if you're not into gory stuff, maybe don't watch it. It's a lot of blood, a lot of really gross things that they do. So yeah, just a warning, very graphic. Okay, I love like when there are like present day movies or films, or why do I keep saying film? TV show, and they, it like takes place in, back then, like mainly like older, like 50s and before. I just think it's so cool because everything is so like bright and crisp and clear, it's really beautiful. I love it when like people do that. Okay, so let's see what else did I want to talk about? So let's get into some of the movies. So I recently watched what was it called? What Keeps You Alive, that's what it's called. So it's called What Keeps You Alive, and it's another like thriller, suspenseful movie, I guess. That one was good. That's the, definitely suspenseful. So if you don't like watching suspenseful movies, don't, because it might make you nervous, because it made me so nervous. My heart was beating so fast, and I was like, ugh. It's one of those movies where you're just like, your heart's beating fast, and you're like, waiting, So, it's definitely a good one. I want to say it took a sharp right turn, but it didn't. I feel like it took a sharp U-turn because I was shook, and I hope that's not a spoiler. I'm sorry if it is. I don't really think it is. I mean, it's a scary movie, so what do you expect, So, definitely recommend that one. That one's really good. I recently watched The Paramedic, and again, thriller. It's very interesting. It's in Spanish, so I don't know, why not watch it in Spanish even if you don't speak Spanish? Just, use the subtitles. That's what I do, even though I speak Spanish. But I still like the subtitles because, I just like it. So, yeah, that one is pretty crazy. It's about a paramedic who he goes paralyzed from the waist down. Sorry, I was gonna say handicapped. I mean, he is handicapped. But yeah, so he ends up, being disabled all of a sudden. And it's just a crazy thing for him, But it's very dark, it's weird. It's one of those things where, like, the people or the person is just not who they seem to be, So it's really creepy, weird, sick. You're just like, why? So I don't know. It's like, I want to say the accident is what changed him, but you could tell like he was always like that. So it's definitely a story mainly just all about him and his issues. I don't know. Just, watch it if you want. I'm like trying not to give away too much, if you can tell, but I don't want to not give enough where you're not interested in it, so I'm trying. Okay. So, oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna get into another movie that he's also in, but it's not horror. So let me finish up the horror stuff, okay? So the next one is one bedroom. like dramas. So as I was telling you guys about that Spanish actor who's really, really good, Mario Casas, he did this movie called The Photographer of Mauthausen. So it's basically about a Spanish prisoner, which is played by Mario Casas, and he ends up being a prisoner in the Nazi camp during, you know, the Holocaust and stuff. So it's very, very interesting because he just had this mission he just like really wanted everyone to see what was being done at the camp. So he was a photographer. He worked as a photographer in the camp, and he was pretty cool with the guards and stuff, like for him being in his position, because he was still a prisoner. But since he had a job working as a photographer, he kind of like had a somewhat cool relationship with the guards and stuff and the officers and all that. So yeah, I guess like one day he just kind of decided why are they going to burn all of the evidence of, you know, photographs of like everybody who's been tortured or who's died and stuff, all the, you know, prisoners and stuff. So he was like, okay, I need to like save this, I need to save the negatives, anything I can really. So he risked his life to, you know, save the negatives, because that was proof of what was happening there. They were gonna burn all of the evidence, all of the photos that they took there, and he just didn't want it to go like that. He wanted everybody to see what was happening. He wanted everybody to see the truth. So because of him, we have a lot of photographs of everything that went down during that time. So it's amazing, honestly. I'm so happy that, you know, he did what he did. So yeah, definitely recommend that movie. It's really good. Honestly, I made a list of all of the movies that I was gonna talk about, and, you know, TV shows, but I kind of forgot. So I'm just going to jump to romantic comedies, because I watched this TV show, and it's a romantic comedy, and it's called Emily in Paris. And it was cute. Maybe a little cheesy, but honestly, I love cheesy movies. So yeah, it was pretty cute, and it honestly got me like, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to watch the next one, you know, because, you know, I love drama, I love romance, and, you know, who's gonna fall in love with who and all that stuff. So it's really cute. It's about a woman who's in marketing. She ends up going to Paris to work with a company there to you know, be a marketer and advertise stuff and all that, but she doesn't speak French. So, you know, while she's in Paris, she has to try to learn as best she can, work with the French people there, and apparently French people are mean. I'm not sure if that's a thing. I want to say no, but you never know. That's probably just a stereotype, obviously, but yeah, and she makes friends over there and meets a lot of men. So it's a cute show, you know. I think the episodes are really short. They're probably like 25 minutes, so they go by really fast. So if you're looking for a TV series where you can just watch like one episode a day and it's not too like time wasting, then I guess watch that one. I say that